beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas.
Hi you guys, we are going to make a really fun recipe by Miss Chrissy Teigen. We're doing another recipe from her new cookbook, Cravings all together, and it's the holidays and we thought let's try something special that would wow our guests. So today we're not going to make the traditional Beef Wellington, we're going to do Chrissy Teigen's Meatloaf Wellington. And there's no way that we can mess it up, so that's what we're doing today, so let's get started.
First, we have to prep our puff pastry. So mine came in 2 sheets, and we need them both to be in 2 different sizes. So one needs to be 12 by 12, and I think I'm going to flour my countertop a little bit, just a little.
Yep, just a little. And I'm wearing black of all things to wear, so this is going to be messy.
Oh, it rolls out really well. She says lightly flour if needed. I say flour it, you're gonna need it. And then the next sheet needs to be, we need to get a 9 by 5 out of it, so I don't think we need to roll it out. I think we just need to cut it.
Which side is 5? Which side is 9?
We're eating a long day!
We have this leftover, so don't throw this out. We're gonna use it to make a pretty shape to put on top of our puff pastries. In the fridge it goes. All right, step 2, we are going to make mushroom filling. A little olive oil and a whole finely diced onion. She makes this Beef Wellington for the holidays and it's a big hit and it's so delicious, but she's like, you can make it just as good with meatloaf. And then she did mention, like, and none of that boring breadcrumbs. We're gonna do pulverized stovetop stuffing, which I love. So I was so excited.
Brilliant.
Okay, my onions are extra golden. Then we're gonna add in some crushed garlic and then chopped up mushrooms. So you could use button mushrooms or baby portobello. We're gonna put a little salt. I'm gonna add a little black pepper. And it's really gonna cook down. So what we wanna do is we're gonna cook this for the next like 5 to 6 minutes. And what we're trying to do is just to draw all that moisture out of the mushroom because we want to keep it pretty dry. All right, so we're going to set this aside for a couple minutes and we're going to get started on the meatloaf.
We'll start with 2 eggs. And then we're going to add the stuffing. So we need 1.5 pounds of the ground beef. I did a mix of round and sirloin for mine.
Me too! Jinx!
We're not done yet. And then we're gonna add pecorino romano cheese, grated. And then we add the remaining salt and ground black pepper and cayenne.
It sounds like a lot of salt because I tasted a little smidge of that mushroom and it was salty. A whole box of stovetop stuffing, which is salty. Parmesan cheese, which is salty. Prosciutto, which is salty. So I'm just a little concerned. Are you?
I just heard flavorful, flavorful, flavorful. All right, so we want to mix it all in and not over mix it too much though. We now need our puff pastry. We first need our 9 by 5 piece, and this is going to be the base of the meatloaf. It's going to go on the bottom. We need 6 slices of prosciutto and we're gonna lay it perpendicular. Oops.
So if you mess up, like my prosciutto is tearing right now, it doesn't matter because you can't see the inside.
Now we get to touch the meat again. Yep, and it should be 9 by 5.
So now we just pull our prosciutto over top. All right, so the rest of the prosciutto goes on top. Put this on, it looks pretty good. So far so good.
And then we are gonna wet the edges, all along the edges. Look at all this flappity flap. It's like gonna be my skin in 20 years.
20? How about 10?
Oh. This is gonna act like a glue so that once we tuck it under, we want it to create a seal all around the meatloaf.
So we're going to put a little egg wash. Gonna brush it all over because it's gonna give it that really beautiful brown color. She says that we have to make 3 slits on top to let some of that air come out. All right, 30 minutes and another 30 minutes. See you later. You have to hear this. Listen to this. Nice and crunchy.
Okay, 2 things. I love it and it's salty.
Okay. So
I would do less salt.
and I knew that, so I cheated. I only did half the salt and it is salty already.
Well, I'm glad I followed the recipe so I can let you know, you all know, that that was not the right thing to do.
Let me tell you what I think. Super moist. The puff pastry is poofy and crunchy. The mushrooms is amazing. The prosciutto gives it a nice, like, different texture. It is so good. I'm so happy we made this.
This is so good. Now the question is, would you still put ketchup on it?
No, I will not put ketchup on it. I still haven't made Beef Wellington by itself, but I think that this is like less intimidating, much easier, and you can't mess it up.
Yep. Because we did not. So you won't either. Well, thanks for joining. We're so glad you watched our video and we hope you watch a lot more. So make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so that you will know when our next video is out. See you next time. Bye.
Let's go outside. The snow is falling down.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And there you go.
A snowman is twice the size as me with a smile as quirky as mine.